What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got wonderful news. We've got a proper update on the Classic Collection, which is coming pretty gosh darn soon. And we finally have news about that gift box. And this gift box has been running rings around us for a little while now. It was kind of accidentally revealed by an Australian listing. And it used an image which was very much a placeholder image, and I reported on the best information we had at the time, as did a lot of people. And essentially, Digimon came out the next day and went, look, we're not actually ready to announce this product properly yet and give you all the information, but we do need to correct a couple of misconceptions. And they literally came out on Facebook and made a little post just being like, right, the recommended retail is $25. The box design, card pack, and Digivice designs are mock-ups and not the final designs. The promo card is to be announced and not the pictured Agumon card. There are 4 types of Digivice counters. This product's name is Digimon Card Game Gift Box. Because actually, it was kind of confusing because the product image we had showed the Agumon, the first ever promo, which was one of 6 cards from Booster 0.0, which of course wasn't really a very good promo to put in a box like this. It was super confusing. We didn't know what was going on, but they did give us a little bit of an update and said, look, just chill. We will announce when we're ready. While they're ready, ladies and gentlemen, they are ready, which means we now have a load of lovely information about it, and this is awesome. So it does come with 4 packs of EX-01. That is the first special set, the Classic Collection. Do remember we have word of EX-2, which is going to be coming in Japan sometime early next year. However, we've not really received a bunch of concrete information about it. We just know that it is coming. But you are getting 4 packs of that, which is rather lovely. We'll talk more about that set in a moment. You then get yourself a memory counter case and 4 memory counters. So essentially what you do is you get 4 little memory counters, little circles with the old school pixelated Digimon pictures from back when they were digital pets and all of that. And then you get yourself a Digivice themed 2-inch memory counter case. So essentially you get 4 little memory counters and a case to keep them in, which is lovely. Now this is also really good news because of course when this was revealed we were told there are 4 types of Digivice counters. We didn't know if you would get all 4 in one box or whether you'd have to buy 4 boxes to get the set or whatever. We do now have confirmation that when you buy a box you will get all 4 of them. And I'm going to try here, ladies and gentlemen, alright? You know my Digimon knowledge, I am learning as we go along, I am far from an expert, but I think we've got Agumon, Gomamon, Tentamon, and Gatomon. Again, don't quote me on that. My Digimon knowledge is growing. I am still not an expert. I'm more of a card game dude than a Digimon dude, but the Digimon TCG has turned me into a Digimon dude, and I am absolutely delighted. And presumably they're going to be around 1.2 inches, which should make them about the perfect size to put on all these memory gauges you get in booster packs and promotional sets and all of that. So that's really kind of cool. And then you get your promo card, which is an alternate art of the BT2 War Greymon. This is the Black War Greymon that is 3 cost to Digivolve, 11,000 power, but 12 cost to play, so slightly more expensive, so you really want to be trying to Digivolve into this one. And you've got the combination of both blocker and reboot, which means that you will become active on both your active phase or unsuspend phase and your opponent's, which means you can attack on your turn, then unsuspend, then block on your opponent's turn, then unsuspend, and basically round and round we go. It's a card I was very excited about initially, tried to build around, never really worked unfortunately, and the only super rare from Booster 1.0 I never actually pulled from a pack, so this is almost kind of like an apology from Bandai to me personally. Sorry you never got this card, Wassy, have it as a promo, because you better believe there is literally 0 chance I don't go and pick this box up. You're giving me lovely memory counters, a new promo card, and a bunch of packs. Yeah, you better believe I'm in. It also comes, I should say, with a pair of memory gauges, and they are large memory gauges specifically designed to use with the memory counters in the box. Oh, look how that worked out. And you got one there with Agumon and Greymon, and then one with War Greymon and Metal Greymon. So yeah, pretty gosh darn cool. It is retailing for $25, and it will be released in Europe and Oceania in December, and in North America in December. So if anybody watching, is a member of my family, somebody who would usually buy me a Christmas present, hi Dad, I don't think he's actually watching, but you never know, this would be a pretty good Christmas present. Just putting that out there. But the other news we've had today is all about EX-01. You see, ladies and gentlemen, EX-01 has now got an input on the website, and we have a whole bunch more information. Now, it is going to be in stores this winter, and I think we need to start off there because there is a slight discrepancy. You see, in Europe and Oceania, it's being released in December. In Latin America, it's being released in December. In North America, it's being released in January. And obviously, I know that my lovely American friends are going to be hearing this news and frankly, are not going to be terribly happy. And I know that as someone who does YouTube videos for a living, what I should be doing now is getting super angry and overreacting. I should be calling out Bandai for being terrible. I should be pointing out how they're not running a proper game, and that's generally the way people tend to do things. But actually, there's nothing nefarious going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we are at the tail end, I hope at the tail end at least, of a global pandemic. Shipping has been awkward for about 2 years now, and production has been difficult for the same length of time. It's been awkward. It's been super, super awkward. What we have here is a classic example of Bandai doing everything they can to produce the product and get it out to places. And the fact of the matter is, the factories where they're producing and then shipping to everywhere else, they are able to do so for a release in December. But for whatever reason, the factories they're using to produce for the US, unfortunately, they're not going to be ready till January. And this could be an issue with capacity in the factory. It could be an issue with lack of logistics employees driving trucks. It could be something as simple as the amount they need to produce to have a proper launch in the US is a lot larger than in other territories, and so they need more time to produce it. Remember, if what they were doing was doing a very soft launch where there was no stock in the US because it sold out instantly, i.e. like what happened with the pre-sale when the game initially launched, people would be even more furious. So, no, it's not ideal, but remember that the tournaments we have, these webcam tournaments that Bandai are doing an awesome job running, they're all region locked as it stands. So actually, fine, you're going to get a month later than everybody else, and that's disappointing. It doesn't really matter. I think it was BT5. I want to say BT5. The UK got it 2 weeks after the rest of Europe. But when we're doing webcam tournaments, we are competing with everyone else in Europe. And there was a large online tournament that happened the weekend that BT5 was released in the UK, where we were competing against people in Europe who had the set for 2 weeks already. And that meant UK folks were really scrambling around to try and get decks together, because BT5 was legal for that tournament, even though it had been out for like a day. Whereas everyone else in Europe wasn't struggling because it had been out for 2 weeks. That was an unfortunate situation that caused genuine problems because it put everyone in the UK at a genuine disadvantage at a big official tournament. Because we had the set for a day, whereas everyone else had it for 2 weeks, and it was legal. I understand that BT6 was a bit late in the US compared to other countries, and I understand that it's happening with EX-01, and I completely understand how disappointing it is, because this is an amazing game, and you guys all want to get the new cards and play with it. None of that is lost on me. I understand all of that. What I will say, however, is that actually, when it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter, because when you're competing in tournaments, you are competing against people who have the same cards released as you. And although it is disappointing, and I don't want to take away from that, I'm not saying this is a good thing, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be disappointed. You absolutely should. I don't want to wait longer for cards like I did for BT5. That was rubbish. I had proper job fear of missing out when I was watching all the people in the US open those cards and I wasn't opening them. And when you guys were doing your pre-releases and I wasn't doing my pre-release. I understand all of this and I'm really not trying to downplay the disappointment. What I'm saying is, it is just a little bit of disappointment. No one's at a disadvantage for anything. So, disappointing, yes. End of the world, no. We are also giving a look at the box art, and I'm not a huge fan of EX-01 generally. It's, for anyone that doesn't know, it's using old school artwork. So these are new cards, new designs, new mechanics, all perfectly legal. This is a new set of cards. It's a little bit smaller than other sets, but other than that, it's like any other set. The difference is they are all designed to look like the old cards, which is a little bit weird, and it's not an art style. I have no nostalgia for it, and I think some of the artwork on Digimon is just over-the-top nuts good, so I would rather generally have regular artwork, but I know that some people love the nostalgia, and that's fine. There's a bunch of interesting cards, and I love the card game, so you know I'm going to be picking a bunch of this up. It's not my preferred art style, but for a lot of people it is. I will, however, say that the booster boxes might be the coolest booster box they've done so far, and I know that doesn't really work with what I just said my opinion was, and I don't really care. It looks awesome. Is there going to be a box topper? Yes. It's that same War Greymon. So Bandai's apology to me just carries on. Sorry you didn't pull a War Greymon in Booster 1.0, Wassy. Have it as a promo card in multiple products. So absolute bare minimum, I'm going to have 2 of these, quite possibly a whole bunch more. And this is cool because it's a cool, interesting card, and because it's going to be in every box and in every gift box, that means the value of this card is going to crash, and anyone that wants to pick up a playset of this artwork is going to be able to do so super cheaply, and that is wonderful, wonderful news. It's not like in other sets where there is a variety of box toppers, but if my memory serves correctly, in Japan there was no box topper for this product, so we're already winning by just having one normally. Now the information is the same as it's been for a while, none of this is new. There are 73 cards, 26 common, 20 uncommon, 18 rare, 8 super rares and 1 secret rare. And there's 12 cards per pack, 24 boosters per box. Same kind of thing we've seen all the way along. Fewer cards generally. Now there's fewer super rares generally, but the proportion is a little bit higher because of the smaller sets. But generally speaking, it's a smaller, easier to collect set, and that's a very cool thing. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the news, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. But I want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know if you're going to pick up the gift box. I want to know how excited you are for EX-01. As always, I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.